have 11 amazing diabetic lunch ideas that are perfect for meal prep, plus 3 simple salads that can complete this lunch. Come on. I'm Dietitian Shelly. In today's video, we're prepping an easy diabetic-friendly lunch for the week. Let's go. Grab those Mission Carb Balance wraps, tomato, basil, and yes, I did get this at Kroger, mozzarella cheese, and of course, that rotisserie chicken. Start by slicing that tomato. Now, gang, I just want you to slice it thin. Don't panic about it being even. Well, I would love to say make it even, and I would love to say let's do some awesome knife skills. Don't cut off your finger and just slice it thin. Now, you're going to go ahead and take that basil and you're going to chop that up as well. But again, we're not focusing on knife skills. We're focusing on how to keep this easy, how to keep this quick without slicing our fingers up. So lay out your wrap. Y'all know I adore the Mission Carb Balance wraps. These are a staple in my clinic. And if you're new here, hey, what's going on? My name is Dietitian Shelly. I spend my days counseling folks with diabetes, prediabetes, and for weight loss, as well as some food allergies and some GI issues. So we cover it all. In my clinic at night, I kind of develop some easy recipes that my clients love and that I'm here to share with you all. So if you're new here, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Make sure to download my menu in the description box, but you can see that I'm layering the tomatoes and the basil. Please remember, fiber is that weight loss winner. My goal is for you all to have 30 grams of fiber higher a day. It keeps us full. It just has these awesome benefits. I'm going to go ahead and link my menu below that I want you to download. It is free. It's going to show you how to get that fiber in. And of course, it's going to show you how to get that protein in. I love 90 grams of protein or higher in a day. That also keeps us full, keeps our blood sugar stable. You're going to want to get my tips and tricks in that menu, but we're cooking right now. So go ahead and have that saucepan on the stove at medium heat. You're going to spray it with non-stick cooking spray. Be sure to use olive oil base. Of course, you could use an avocado base. You're going to lay that wrap in your pan. I personally cook it about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. This depends the temperature that you have it at. So be careful. Do a little cheat check, as I like to say, because I don't want you to burn anything. So just check it out. I mean, it's okay. It's just you in the kitchen. This does not have to be beautiful. It does not have to be fancy. And then you're going to go ahead and flip it. Now, a little trick I use is I spray the top of that wrap with that non-stick cooking spray. This wrap is loaded with fiber. It's loaded with protein. It's great to meal prep for the week. Go ahead and make 3 to 5 at a time. Gang, if you're new here, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If not, hey, how's it going? I'm so glad you're here, and I want you to subscribe. I'm Dietitian Shelly. In this video, I'm going to show you how to meal prep a delicious lunch perfect for diabetics, pre-diabetics, and those looking to lose weight. Ingredients are crazy easy. Grab your Mission Carb Balance wraps, some mozzarella cheese, turkey pepperoni, and yes, pay attention to those ingredients, friends, because I know you're going to say something in the comments. You could do chicken, but I love pizza, so bring me my pepperoni. Pizza sauce. Again, this is something I want you to be very mindful of in the comment section. This did have 3 grams of sugar. For some of y'all looking for lower sugar, there are different varieties out there that are going to be available at your Walmart and Kroger, so no biggie. It's so easy to prep these. Lay out your Mission Carb Balance wrap on your cutting board. We love these. They are a huge amount of fiber. Y'all know fiber is a winner in here. Said it once, I've said it twice. I'll say it again. 30 grams of fiber in a day is what I want to see you do. And we're going to layer this with your turkey pepperoni. Now, I picked turkey pepperoni. I am always very mindful of calories. This will offer us some protein in here. And you know, it's water, fiber, and protein that are my diabetic and pre-diabetic best friends. Protein keeps that blood sugar stable. Protein also keeps us fuller longer. I want you to aim for 90 grams of protein or higher. And if you're new here, I'm Shelly. I'm a dietitian. In the day, I work with clients. At nighttime, I'm a busy mom trying to make up some really quick recipes, starring ingredients from Walmart and Kroger. If that is you, go ahead and subscribe. And hey, while you do that, download my 7-day menu in the description box. We're going to continue with about a 1/4 cup of our mozzarella cheese. This also offers us some protein, about 2 tablespoons of our pizza sauce. And remember, friends, always be mindful. Look on the label. I do look at carbs, but I also look at sugar. Let's keep it as low as possible. To make this wrap, you're going to grab your saucepan, set it to medium heat. We're going to put your wrap on there after, of course, you spray it with your nonstick cooking spray. I personally like to cook it 2 to 3 minutes, but I like a crisp. Dare I say I kind of like it a little burnt almost. Don't think I'm weird, but I like that. You can cook it less, you can cook it more. It's all up to you, boo-boo. We love what you do. When it's done cooking, remember this is our fiber protein winner. You know those Mission Carb Balance wraps have about 15 to 17 grams of fiber, depending on what type you buy. You're gonna remove this from the heat and cut it into 4 pieces. Now here's the thing, you're gonna repeat this process for your work week, so for 5 days. Make sure you store it. You can store it in sandwich bags. I do prefer to store it in plastic containers. Don't go buy the fancy ones. Use what you have. We're not here to spend extra money. So keep repeating this over again. You could do different toppings. This is a meal prep lunch. Perfect for diabetics, pre-diabetics. Check out the ingredients in the description box. And gang, while you're there, make sure you subscribe. Much love. Hey y'all, I'm Dietitian Shelly, and it's time to prep your lunch for the week. Give me 15 minutes and I'll give you a recipe that'll make 5 diabetic lunches that won't spike your blood sugar levels. A quick grab of these ingredients: Mission Carb Balance wraps. These are a staple in our clinic. We'll talk more about those later. Your buffalo sauce. Now double check the label. This is the Kroger brand. I also did use plain, so just double check. Make sure the carb count, the sugar count's low. You see, hey, less than 1. Mozzarella cheese, and then a rotisserie chicken. And again, look at those ingredients. We'll chat about that in a second. Now to prep. Now we're just going to make one of these on camera. I want you to pull out your Mission Carb Balance wrap. And I want to remind everybody that you can use different brands. Just compare the labels. I do shop at Walmart and Kroger. You see the off-brand of things that I use. You can use personal rotisserie chicken. I just like to use it sliced. You sprinkle on that mozzarella cheese. And again, I'm using the Kroger brand because I'm bougie on a bayou. That means I don't like to spend a lot of money. And then the buffalo sauce, I did use the Kroger brand. So don't let anyone tell you you cannot use store brand or off brand. It's really one of my passions that I'm trying to get out there, that we don't have to spend so much money. And I teach this to the folks in my clinic. Go ahead and put your pan on about medium heat, and you're going to spray it with your non-stick cooking spray. You're going to go ahead and place that fixed buffalo chicken wrap and cook it about 1 minute and 30 seconds on each side. Now, how do we make this a full lunch? So these cooked do have an actual good shelf life. You could do this for your Monday through Friday work lunch or just personal lunch at the house. What would I add to this? Well, remember, we teach in our clinic the importance of protein, fiber. Remember, protein, I love to see 90 grams or more in a day. And that protein comes from that chicken. So you do want to make sure, one of the things I find folks do is they go very skimpy on their meats, on their wraps, or on their sandwiches. So be sure to put those, 3 to 4 slices on there. Make sure you're doing your 4 ounces of meat. Well, with that said, talking about fiber, I love 35 grams of fiber or higher in a day. Fiber slows down the absorption of blood sugar levels. I cannot stress that enough. It also keeps us full. The Mission Carb Balance wraps have a huge amount of fiber, depending the size, between 13 and 17. Now, this again is where I say, hey, if you don't have the Mission Carb Balance wraps and you want to use a different brand, read the label. I always push for 5 grams of fiber or higher. And if you want to go out there and do a little hatergate on me and, talk about, shopping at the fancy store, which, baby girl, I didn't even know what the fancy store was until about 6 or 7 years ago. My hometown doesn't even have the fancy store. And you know what the fancy store means? Starts with a W, ends with an S. We don't have that in my hometown, y'all. So I don't even know what that is. I really don't know what it's like to shop there. Shop at your local supermarkets. I cannot stress it enough. Next story. What do we add to this? Well, I have the video that is going to play directly after. You may have to click on the link and I'll pin it as my first comment, is our different salads that you could do. It's very important to note, I don't want you to put the salad in the same container as the wrap because it could get a little wet and that would be kind of icky gross. We don't like like that, but we add an extra vegetable to our lunch. So I like protein, I like fiber, I like vegetable. Now for some folks, I'll do an additional protein, maybe like a Dannon Too Good yogurt. Some folks I'll actually add an additional fiber, like the half cup of berries. So it kind of depends individual wise. You try either one. And hey, this is what I teach to my clients and my patients. I'm Dietitian Shelly. During the day, I run a clinic. I primarily see folks for diabetes, pre-diabetes, hormone balance, and weight loss. If that's you, you want easy recipes and quick tips that don't include fluff, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. And look at this, gang. This is crispy. This is crunchy. It's beautiful. It's part of that perfect lunch. Cut it up. Go ahead and get it stored. And gang, be sure to subscribe. If you miss the recipes and you want the videos, be sure to watch that salad video next. Much love. Bye-bye. I'm Dietitian Shelly, and let's get our healthy meal prep done for the week. This is perfect for our diabetics, pre-diabetics, and those looking to lose weight. Let's go. Grab your saucepan, spatula, sandwich bags, or go ahead and do a full meal prep and make our cabbage salad in our bowls. Now, I have a bowl. You could use Tupperware. You can really use anything, y'all. Please don't go and buy more stuff. This is a favorite salad of all of my clients in my clinic. And if you're new here, hey, Dietitian Shelly. If you have diabetes, pre-diabetes, you definitely want to subscribe to this channel. We're going to add to this my shredded cabbage, about a cup. I love cabbage because it really stays crunchy. It doesn't spoil. To me, there's nothing worse than a liquefied salad. Kind of icky, kind of gross. Then we're adding to this feta cheese. I love feta cheese. If you watch this channel, I talk a lot about goat cheese, but also remember feta cheese is traditionally made from the goat or sheep milk. So this is great for folks who are lactose intolerant. And then we're going to add our Simply vinaigrette to it. I am very mindful of the ingredients. Check them out. Make sure it's low in sugar. But notice I'm not pouring it to the salad. This is something that I'm going to bring along with me, because if we did add it to the salad, it would get a little funky and gross. These simple ingredients will make your week meal prep. We have our rotisserie chicken. Rotisserie chicken is where it is. You see, I have it in a package here. Could you buy it and shred it yourself? Absolutely. We also have our feta, which we talked about a little easier on our stomach. And I have our mini peppers. And the star of the show is our Mission Carb Balance wraps. You're going to want to go ahead and cut up those 1 to 2 mini peppers. I love the mini peppers in this recipe. Number one, instead of the full size, we are using the tiny ones. It cuts them up tiny, but please remember, gang, I'm cutting these. I'm kind of cutting them really thin. Cut them as you wish. None of us are chefs here. None of us are going to fuss each other. It's not going to be, you have to cut it this thin, blah, blah, blah. That is what zaps our time. Just go ahead and chop it. Then what you're going to do is grab those Mission wraps. Now those Mission Carb Balance wraps are that secret weapon, which is our fiber. If you watched my videos, you know that I really push for 30 grams of fiber. If you're nervous that you're not getting 30 grams of fiber in a day, remember this helps lower our blood sugar levels. It keeps us full. I mean, there's just so many good things about it. Read more about it in my 7-day menu. That is free. Go ahead and click it in the description box right now to download. You are going to layer on that chicken. Now, chicken's the other weight loss winner, which is our protein. I'll push 90 grams of protein a day or higher. And I love chicken because it's simple. The family loves it. You're going to layer on your peppers and feta. And yes, all these ingredients, you can get them at Kroger, Walmart, Aldi. And I'm so excited because there's an Aldi now in Shreveport, which is where I live. Get them cheap, gang. Don't spend a ton of money. Now, you see, we're transitioning over to our saucepan. Go ahead and put it on medium heat. You're going to spray that pan with nonstick cooking spray, and you're going to place that wrap in the pan. You're going to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Now, if you want it crispier, please do cook it longer. And a little trick I have is once I flip it, I actually spray the top of it with that nonstick because I do love, a crispy type of feel. And yes, I am using the olive oil nonstick cooking spray. Once it's done, you're going to remove it from the heat. You're going to cut it into your 4 pieces. You could put this in the sandwich bag, but we're doing the lunch all together. I'm putting it in this container. And if you were too busy watching and forgot to take notes, well, gang, guess what? I got the recipe in that description box. And please, please, please download that menu and subscribe. Can't have a recipe without the ingredients. The beautiful part, you can get all these at your local Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons, Aldi. Aldi's new in town here. I absolutely love it. we have our Mission Carb Balance wraps. These are a staple in our kitchen. And if you're new with me, hey, I'm Dietitian Shelly. I want you to look at the label and we see that fiber. Y'all know I always stress fiber above 5. These are 17. Of course, you can use the store brand. I have Sargento cheese, and be sure to check out that label. Make sure that sugar is 0. We have some rotisserie chicken. Yes, I did buy it in the package. You can buy your own and cut it up. Spinach, and I forgot to show you all the red pepper. Grab a strainer, spatula, pan, your meal prep containers, or if you're like me, Ziploc bags. Make sure you got 4 of those. This recipe is crazy easy, and remember, we are doing this 4 times. You're going to take your handful of spinach. I'm actually going to take 2 handfuls of spinach. We're going to put it in our little strainer. We're going to give it a wash. Love spinach in here because you're not going to believe this. A cup of our spinach is only 7 calories. I actually love spinach as well. I personally feel like it has a little bit of a longer shelf life than your lettuce varieties. It's up to you. The verdict's still out on that. Once you're done rinsing that spinach, you're going to take your towel and you're going to blot this pretty dry. And again, it may be easy for you to wash the entire bag at once if your strainer is a little bit bigger because we're making 4 of these. You're then going to go ahead and grab that red pepper. I love the color of the red next to the green, but of course you could grab green, you can grab yellow, you can grab whatever is on sale. I did forget to show this in the ingredients, so here it is. We have to remember a red pepper has 26 calories, 6 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, yielding 4 net carbs. Now you also, after this is chopped really thin, again, it doesn't have to be all even. I am not a chef. I'm a dietitian who just likes to cook. And so I'm going to just cut as easy as I can. And if you're new here, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Welcome, welcome to this channel. During the day, I work with folks with diabetes, pre-diabetes, lots of women's health, so menopause, PCOS, and we really work on recipes like this. I like to bring easy, fast recipes to you all. So if that's you, go ahead and give this channel a like and subscribe, please. You saw I laid the chicken on this. Remember, we're going to do this 4 times. You then are going to grab your nonstick cooking spray. I'm really contemplating buying one of those pump sprays. If you have a pump spray, let me know in the comment section if you do like it. And I may be addressing it with the wrong name. It's just kind of like you pump it and you put your oil in there, so like your olive oil, and you pump it and you're able to spray it. So let me know. I would love to add this to my kitchen if it's something that works great. You're going to cook this on medium-high heat for about 2 minutes on each side. While that is cooking, while you flipped it, because we flipped it, you can go ahead and grab your meal prep containers and line them up. Or, of course, you can grab your Ziploc bags. My meal prep containers are not fancy at all. I believe I got these off Amazon. They work great. I do also believe Sam sells them as well. But again, please don't go out and buy if you have some Ziploc bags. To finish this recipe up, we're going to go ahead and cut our wrap in half. You can cut it into 4 triangles. And we're going to finish meal prepping this by adding a cup of our berries to this. Remember, berries are an amazing source of fiber, and I want you to choose the next item you add to it. My next video that I'm going to show right here has some amazing salad recipes, and I'll pick the one that's going to work the best for you. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Much love. Go ahead and give this video a like, thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. We can't have a recipe without ingredients, and these are so simple, y'all. We first start off with the winner, as always in this kitchen, which is our Mission Carb Balance wraps. You see, they're a huge amount of fiber. Fiber is amazing for our diabetics. I love to use Sargento cheese. Me personally, I love the flavor. We have our rotisserie chicken. Now, sometimes y'all are going to fuss me. Sometimes y'all don't. Of course, you can get the chicken, cook it yourself, chop it up. That is A-okay. I have our tomatoes. And then, of course, that avocado. Now, remember, we are making this recipe for the entire week. So I want to friendly remind you all that we are going to cook 4 to 5 of these, depending on the time of your work week. And I have 2 tomatoes here. I have 2 Roma tomatoes. You may consider getting 1 large tomato, 3 Roma tomatoes, just depending on how many of these you make. In my personal experience, these will last packaged properly, so like in your Ziploc bag or in your meal prep container,
for 4 to 5 days. I wouldn't make 10. I wouldn't make a whole month's worth. Love tomatoes. They are very low in calories. They are absolutely wonderful for diabetics. If you don't like tomatoes, could you leave them out? Of course you can. I'm then going to take our avocado and slice it. Now, remember, we're cooking this because I know some of y'all are going to be like, ew, the avocado is going to get brown. Well, since we're cooking it, we really are not going to have that problem. But if that makes you nervous, if that just kind of creeps you out a little bit, absolutely, you could buy 2 avocados. You could bring your knife with you to work. You can cut half of it and have it with your lunch. Avocados, we love them. They are a wonderful source of those omega-3 fats. They're actually a great source of fiber. A lot of people don't realize that. We are going to go ahead and layer our wraps. Now, you see, I have the Mission Carb wrap. They are loaded with fiber. You can use other wraps. One of my favorite new ones is from Aldi. It is their brand. You could use the Kroger brand, the Walmart brand. Gang, compare the labels. My goal is to always have your fiber above 5. From here, we layer the cheese. We're going to layer our chicken, tomato, and avocado. Do you have to layer it in this method? Absolutely not. I want to encourage you all to add your own spice and flavor to this. When you fold it over, we're going to spray our pan with our nonstick cooking spray, and we're going to cook these on medium heat for about 1 minute and 30 seconds to about 2 minutes. And then, of course, you're going to give it a nice flip. Now, one of the things I want to tell you all, kind of going back to this, if you prefer turkey, please use turkey. Just look at the labels and make sure you're using everything has sugar under 5. And I love to see that fiber above 5 grams of fiber. Now, you can see I pulled out my meal prep containers. I got these, I think, from Sam's or maybe even from Amazon. I did not spend a lot of money on these. And I want to encourage you all, you can absolutely use your Ziploc bag. So I encourage my patients and my clients not to go crazy spending money on this. And if you're new here, hey, my name is Dietitian Shelly. I am the author of the Skinny Louisiana cookbook series. There's 2 of them. If you haven't realized already, I am from the great state of Louisiana. My books focus on skinnying down your favorite Louisiana recipes. This channel works on a variety of recipes and tips to lower your blood sugar, help you lose weight, balance your hormones. If that's you, I would love to have you subscribe. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and share the video. You're going to, again, flip that wrap. I kind of got a little carried away there. And I love to cut mine in half. Some of y'all like to cut y'all's in fours. Look, I'm all about y'all making it cute. Look, I love to make things cute. Now, to this, gang, I have a ton of salad recipes on this channel. I'm going to link one below. You have your wrap, you have your salad. You could throw in a half cup of berries with this. You have your complete lunch meal for the week. Gang, do this now. This is so easy. It's not wild and crazy. It is the perfect lunch. Make 5 of them. Your lunch is done for the week. I'm Dietitian Shelly. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe. As always, we cannot have a great recipe without ingredients, and all you need is 5. Put these 5 ingredients on your shopping list. We have spinach. Love my bag spinach. Those Mission Carb Balance wraps. Sargento cheese. Chicken. And yes, you could use rotisserie. You can make your own. I just grabbed the rotisserie chicken myself. And those marinated artichoke hearts. Let's talk about the artichoke. So if you're new here, my name is Shelly. I work as a dietitian. I have 2 cookbooks, Skinny Louisiana in the Kitchen, Skinny Louisiana in the Slow Cooker. And one of my favorite recipes in Skinny Louisiana in the Kitchen is roasted artichoke. Artichoke is so forgotten, and I don't want it to be. It has an amazing flavor. You see, I pulled 3 of these out for a wrap. Remember, we're making 5 of these, so of course you can chop up the entire jar. I love artichoke. Bring it into your life. It is amazing. Then we have our spinach to the side. It's washed, it's clean, it's been blotted and everything else. Remember, both spinach and artichoke are both low carb. The marinated artichoke hearts. Please read the label for me. Make sure there's no added sugar to it. I love my Sargento cheese. You know, it's one of my favorite brands. I just divide it in half or split it in half, put it on each side of the wrap. So you would obviously need 5 slices for this if you're doing 5 of these wraps. We layer the spinach, artichoke on top of it. use that PAM, that nonstick cooking spray. Now, I talked about this in an earlier video about the spray bottle oil. Let me know if you have one. I'm interested in purchasing one, but I don't want it to get clogged up. So if you have some tips for how to clean it, that was the problem I had with my first one. Another question I have is about the Mission Carb Balance Wraps. I love these. Have you tried the ones from Aldi? Because I have. Let me know in the comments. Team Aldi. Go ahead and write that down for me. And we're going to go ahead and cook these for about 1 minute and 30 seconds or about 2 minutes on each side. Medium heat. Don't want to go too high. We could burn it. And again, if you do 5 of these, hey, we're less than 50 minutes. Everything, which is fantastic. We can get all these ingredients at our local supermarket. We go ahead and give this a nice little flip. You're going to cut it in half. You can put it in your meal prep containers or your Ziploc bags. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you need anything, let me know. But be sure to comment Team Low Carb in the description box. Thanks so much, gang. Take care. Bye-bye. Now, we can't prepare a lunch without simple ingredients we found at our local grocery store, including our famous carb balance wraps. You have the rotisserie chicken. Now I have it in the package. You could buy it and cut it up yourself. I'm a little lazy. Our sliced cheese. You know I love Sargento. Mushrooms and pesto. And as always with the pesto, look at the label. Make sure there's no added sugar. Grab your strainer, put those mushrooms in there, and give it a little bit of a rinse. Now, kind of blot them off, bring them back to your cutting board, and go ahead and start chopping them up. Now, I'm not a chef. I'm a dietitian. I'm Dietitian Shelly. I'm the author of the Skinny Louisiana cookbook series. You want to order those on the AME or on the BNN, Barnes & Noble app. Get them delivered to you because you can get some yummy Cajun cooking that has been skinnied down. And you can see, I'm not chopping these mushrooms perfectly. I'm not a trained chef. But here's something I know about mushrooms. A cup of them, about 16 calories, 2.3 grams of carbs. I feel like mushrooms are completely forgotten in our vegetable world. It's all about green beans and broccoli. Today, we're throwing those mushrooms in there. Y'all know I love the carb balance wrap. Now, I've been a dietitian for a long time. I'm not even going to tell you the year because I don't want to age myself. You all know by now I love fiber. I keep the label 5 grams of fiber or higher. There are some competitors to the Mission Carb Balance Wrap that are just as wonderful. For example, I love Aldi's low-carb wraps. There's a lot of other brands, so I want you to share in the comment box below, what is your favorite low-carb wrap? Which one have you tried besides Mission and Aldi? Because caring is sharing, and this is a community, and I believe in sharing with each other. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Sargento cheese, but same thing. If you found another cheese that you like that maybe is a little bit lower calorie, go ahead and let us know. We're going to layer the cheese, chicken, and then pesto. Pesto is an interesting product. I love it. It's delicious. It's something I hadn't tried until I was an adult, and I was shocked. I said, oh my gosh, I like this. If you like basil, garlic, and olive oil, you're going to love this. This is great to put on your shirataki noodles, those low-carb noodles that I get at Walmart all the time. It's just amazing, you know? And so we're going to spray our pan with our nonstick cooking spray, and we're going to cook this about 1:30 to 2 minutes on each side. If you'd like it a little crispier, go ahead and cook it a little longer. Cooking time really doesn't make a difference if it'll last longer in our meal prep kind of lunchbox type thing. So don't be so glued to that and think, oh my gosh, I have to cook it for 2 minutes because that's what lasts in lunchbox. If you like it crispier, cook it longer. You know, you see that I'm gonna flip it to cook it again, another 1:30 seconds on the other side. You see, when I meal prep, it makes me happy. It gives me a little dance revolution. And this product's beautiful. It's delicious. It's yummy. It's low carb. It works on any weight loss plan. It keeps our blood sugars in control. And if you want more recipes like this, be sure to subscribe and click that bell. No, click the like button and then click the bell. I forget, but do one of those things and that would make me happy. Thanks, gang. Bye-bye. The ingredients for this recipe are really simple because we're simply shopping our refrigerator and our pantry for these items. I encourage you to look to various vegetables, and even if you have any leftover avocado, we're going to use that today. Now you can see that I grabbed my saucepan and I have various chopped up vegetables on my cutting board. One of the things I encourage us to do is to use all of our vegetables. And if we have a recipe that maybe calls for half of the vegetable, continue to chop it and store it in your Ziploc bags. And that's exactly what I did here, especially items like peppers and onions. Now, the spinach is left over from a salad. That unfortunately doesn't have the longest shelf life, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. But look again at those peppers, zucchini, squash. This recipe can work with so many vegetables that have a great shelf life. Now, of course, I normally use the rotisserie chicken. That's for our wraps, but some of us may have some leftover meat. I'm using turkey deli meat in this recipe, and I know some of y'all poo-poo the deli meat, and if that's you, that is fine. So go ahead and use your beautiful grilled chicken if you have grass-fed beef that you maybe cooked, but this wrap is all about utilizing leftovers. And the real equation is look for some type of protein and look for some type of vegetable, because the Mission Carb Balance wraps we should always have in our pantry, and those are an amazing source of fiber. We layer our wraps with our cheese, our protein, and our vegetables, and we simply turn on the stove, and we're going to go ahead and cook it for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, you do see that I added the avocado with this, and we love avocados in here. They're a great source of omega-3 fats. It kind of gives us a little zing zing. So if you maybe have like a little bit of a mustard, or maybe like a pesto or something like that you want to add, go for it. But again, the simple equation to this is a protein, which is your meats, some type of vegetable, and then your fiber. You cook it for 1 minute and 30 seconds on each side, and we have an amazing product. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe.
As always, we can't have a recipe without ingredients. So we have our Mission Carb Balance wraps. You know, these are high in fiber. They're perfect for diabetics. We have some buffalo wing sauce, as always, gang. Check out that label. Make sure you pick the one that's lowest in sugar. We have some roasted chicken. It could be rotisserie chicken. It could be sliced chicken, however you like. And of course, some mozzarella cheese. This is optional, but you can use parchment paper in your air fryer. The big key is that you cut the size that you need. It is great. It makes cleanup super simple. But again, you don't have to do this. I do it sometimes. Sometimes I don't. It's just if I remember. Now, you can warm up your Mission Carb Balance wraps in the microwave for about 10 to 20 seconds. This makes it soft. Remember, we love the fiber in these items. A lot of these have between 15 and 17 grams of fiber. I just want to friendly remind you to make sure you use a size that can fit in your air fryer. I'm layering on our chicken. Some people may get a little upset with me right here because they're like, ooh, deli chicken. Again, you could use rotisserie chicken. I do like to just use roasted chicken. Chicken is a great source of protein. And to this, we're going to add about a tablespoon of our buffalo wing sauce. Again, checking out that label to make sure that sugar's under 5. Remember, 5's a teaspoon. Tell me your favorite brand in the comments section. I'd love to know. And just remember, if you like spicy or mild. So are you team spicy or team mild? Comment below. I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of our mozzarella cheese. You see that I am not measuring. You definitely can. And we're going to roll this up very tightly. Now, it can get a little messy, and that's okay. And I want to make sure that you keep the seam down, because if not, it's going to open up and it's going to get all kooky and gross. And I tell this and show this to my clients. If you're new here, my name is Shelly. I'm a dietitian. I'm author of the Skinny Louisiana series. Glad to have you here. During the day, I work with those who are diabetic with hormone balance and hormone control. At night, I develop these fun recipes. You see that I'm using the PAM to kind of glue it together. I got this idea from a patient of mine. And then you're going to go ahead and use your tongs and place it in the basket. Now, you saw I quickly snuck away and washed my hands a little bit there. I also want to make sure that you could spray the top of it. Now, time-wise, is total 4 to 8 minutes at 360. You see that I'll put it for 6 minutes. I like to do a little bit longer time and then check in and do the extra 2 minutes. It really is up to you. And again, you could cook it to your ideal of crispiness. So if you want to go 10 minutes, that is a-okay. And you can see we have this finished product. I guess we could call it a buffalo chicken pizza. I love this. It's amazing. It's delicious. Scroll into the comments section below so that you can download your 7-day menu. It does include this recipe, as well as some fun information about me and how you become a client. Thanks so much, gang. Bye-bye.
We're going to grab those Mission Carb Balance wraps. These are a huge staple in our diabetic kitchen. And the reason is because there's such a high amount of fiber in there. And remember, we go carbs minus fiber is our net carb. And this is what affects our blood sugar levels. Now you see two different sizes of the carb balance wrap. And the reason I did that is because some of us have different size baskets for our air fryer. So we never overstuff our air fryer, kind of compare to see which one will fit the best. I also did some pepperoni. Go ahead and check out that label. Make sure the sugar is under 5 or as low as possible. It is uncured and delicious. Our Rayo's pizza sauce and mozzarella cheese, or if you're out of that, go ahead and use a cheese stick. Grab your measuring spoon, a measuring cup. Check out this little tiny one. It was in my Christmas stocking. Tongs, a knife, parchment paper, and of course, that air fryer. Now, I want you to check out my air fryer. I don't even think they make the Philips brand anymore. My son is 11. This air fryer is a year older than him because it was one of the gifts I received from the baby shower. This air fryer has been with me for close to 12 years. It has fallen. It has been dropped. It has gone through everything you could see, and it still works. I'm not getting rid of it until it goes kaput. I am that person. I do line my air fryer with parchment paper. This is an optional step in this process, but one thing you want to do is if you do this, you need to cut the right size. Don't just stuff parchment paper sometimes like we do in baking dishes. This can affect the circulation. So go ahead, cut that right size, lay it in your air fryer basket. It's time to cook. Lay out your Mission Carb Balance wraps. I put them in a paper plate. I'm going to go ahead and microwave it for about 15 seconds. Now, I did forget to say, pull out that Pam, because if you didn't use the parchment paper, you're going to want to spray your air basket with the Pam. Now, into cooking, we're going to lay out those pepperoni. You can see these are large slices. I'm going to lay out 5. If you have the small pepperoni, go ahead and lay out 10. Remember, we checked out our label. We picked the lowest sugar. My goal in clinic is for folks to get sugar under 5. And hey, if you're new here, I'm Dietitian Shelly. During the day, I run a clinic for those to lower their blood sugars, hormone balance, and weight loss. At night, I make really cool recipes that I love to share with you all. We're going to continue with the Rayo's. I absolutely love this brand. It is a very low sugar brand. Of course, there's a whole bunch on the market. Go ahead and use the one that you love the best. It is 1 tablespoon that we're going to spread on each wrap. Now, taking my measuring cup, I'm going to go ahead and measure a 1/4 cup of our shredded mozzarella cheese. Some of y'all fuss me and say I should shred my own. Absolutely, I should. I just didn't, and I usually don't, but go ahead and do that if you would like to. We're going to roll this up as tight as you can get it. So if you have to practice a little bit, no big deal. And you're going to place it in your air fryer basket with the seal down at 400 degrees for 5 to 6 minutes. And look at this finished product. You have an amazing pizza roll. I love to cut it in half. You can cut it in 4s. It is perfect for lunch. It is delicious, and I promise you won't even realize it's diabetic friendly. Scroll down in the comments to get the recipe as well as my 7-day meal plan to lower blood sugars and to help with weight loss. I'm Dietitian Shelly. Take care.
Very important. I want you to start by washing that cabbage. Just trust me, you're going to want to do this. Now, we're using cabbage because it's only 22 calories per cup, but more important, research has shown that cabbage can decrease certain blood markers of inflammation. Now, inflammation can be related to weight gain, so let's fat burn this salad up. Now, when that cabbage is nice, squeaky clean, go ahead and add it to your bowl. Now I'm reaching for our next burner, which is our light olive oil. We're adding a 1/4 cup of this. Remember, we want to use light. We don't want to use those bottled salad dressings. Get rid of those. Those contain a lot of our trans fats, which unfortunately can cause some problems down the road for us. If though you're looking for a specific salad dressing, I did do a video on my favorite keto salad dressings. So you can go ahead and click on it at the end of this video. And now we're going to add a little bit of our Redmond real salt. Y'all know I love this product. I did add about 1/4 of a teaspoon. You can add a little more if you'd like to. And here's the winner, goat cheese. Now, what is so absolutely fabulous about goat cheese? The fatty acids in goat cheese are metabolized faster than that of cow's cheese, which means by eating goat cheese, we are feeling fuller faster. Now, some of y'all are a little scared of it. You see, I am just using my fork. I'm kind of doing a little crumble here. This clinic is not all about being super sexy food, folks. We are trying to make these things as easy as possible because my goal for you is to burn fat. Now, research has found evidence that choosing goat cheese over cows can help people feel less hungry and eat less of it overall, which this is a super important factor in our weight loss, friends. So go ahead, add this cheese. I found it in the cheese section at the store. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It is a mild flavor. It's not gross. It will be one of your absolute favorites. Now, when you're done adding that goat cheese, I just took 2 wooden spoons. I'm giving it a little toss. I'm making sure that the cabbage is fully coated with that olive oil. Remember, olive oil not associated at all with weight gain. It actually helps to decrease that inflammation. And you are ready to serve this up. So I'm grabbing my small little plate here. I'm adding a serving of this. This salad is perfect for the new year, for your plans. It does not spike blood sugar levels. It is absolutely delicious. It is wonderful to take to work. And gang, if you are looking for the recipe, if you missed a little bit about what I said, go ahead and look below and you can download the recipe. It'll be sent directly to your inbox. And if you want more recipes and more fun like this, gang, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much. Grab your shopping list because these ingredients can be found at your favorite local supermarket. I'm talking about Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons, y'all. We have Swerve. You're going to see why I list in a second. Apple, don't panic. You'll learn why. Some sugar snap peas, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, carrots. So Swerve is made from select ingredients from different fruits and vegetables. So it's 0 calorie, it's non-GMO, it is absolutely awesome. But the only thing I disagree with Swerve and a lot of our other sugar replacers, be it you use allulose, be it you use monk fruit, is that I don't measure cup for cup. I feel like it gives an aftertaste when it does that. And I'm gonna do a video down the road on how to cook with sugar replacers because we make a lot of mistakes. But I encourage you to use half the amount. So if you use a cup of sugar, use a cup of Swerve, or if the recipe calls for a cup of Swerve, use half a cup. It's really gonna make a difference in that taste. That measuring cup bowl and the Greek yogurt, the weight loss winner, dun, 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 dun. Why is that? We're adding a 3rd cup, by the way. High protein content. Now, a bunch of y'all are gonna ask if we can use a sugar-free salad dressing. No, the answer is no, because I want to increase a lot of weight loss. How does this work with protein? Well, first off, Greek yogurt has more protein than regular yogurt. Protein keeps us full. It promotes satiety, number 1. So that's going to prevent us from munching on other items. Folks will tell me all the time in clinic, I had a salad, but I'm still hungry because you didn't have protein. You didn't have protein. It's low in carbs because we're picking a plain Greek yogurt. And something really cool. Greek yogurt is low on the glycemic index scale. And if you've been following me forever, you know I'm big on low glycemic index items like low glycemic index fruit. But check this out. Greek yogurt ranks in the 6 to 11 point scale. Just to give you a gauge, watermelon is in the 80s. And remember, low glycemic index foods will produce less blood glucose and insulin spikes, which will avoid us from creating body fat. Hello, grab the Greek yogurt. I'm also adding to this tablespoon of Swerve. We talked about Swerve earlier. Tablespoon of lemon juice. We're going to mix that all together. And I want you to grab those sugar snap peas. Now, these are going to add a nice little crunch to it. It's only about a half a cup that we're going to do. We're going to chop them really, really well. Comes out excellent, folks. We're adding to this 5 strawberries. Yes, just 5. We don't need a lot. This is what's going to give that salad a pretty color, but give it a little bit more fiber. And we talked about the glycemic index earlier. The higher fiber in our fruits, the lower the glycemic index. That's why we like the berries. In fact, I did a whole video about the secret berry that can actually reverse prediabetes. You're going to want to watch it. I'm going to link it next. Add in those sugar snap peas. add in those strawberries, the cabbage. Oh my gosh, a lot of y'all are gonna ask about romaine, especially in clinic. Everybody's like, Shelly, can I do romaine instead of cabbage? And the answer is no, because I love cabbage. I love the crunch, and where are my manners? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Shelly, aka Dietitian Shelly. I bring you tons of videos on diabetes, insulin resistance, pre-diabetes. If that's you, you definitely want to subscribe, because I'm going to give you some yummy recipes and some tips for lowering those blood sugar levels and helping you lower your weight. See that we're mixing this all together? This is creamy. This is delicious. It's beautiful. It's the perfect crunch. It's a weight loss salad. Scroll down in the description box for that recipe. And while you're there, download my free 7-day menu, which will lower your blood sugars and help with weight loss. Much love, gang. Grab your shopping list, because these ingredients can be found at your favorite local supermarket. Yes, I'm talking about Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons, y'all. We have Swerve. You're going to see why I love this in a second. Apple. Don't panic. You'll learn why. Some sugar snap peas, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, carrots, and of course, coleslaw mix. Grab that weight loss fat burning winner, Greek yogurt. Measure on out a half a cup of it, and you're going to put it in a large bowl. So this is a winner for a couple of reasons, but the main one is this high protein content. So many of y'all are going to ask me, hey, can we use a dressing, like a sugar-free dressing? No, because those sugar-free dressings do not have protein. Greek yogurt's higher in protein than regular yogurt. And remember, protein keeps us full. So it promotes satiety, which is the feeling of fullness. It's low carb naturally, and it's low on the glycemic index scale. It ranks about 6 to 11 points. And just to give you a gauge, our good old raspberries is about 37. Now, we like things that are low in the glycemic index because it will produce less blood glucose and insulin, which will help us to avoid creating body fat. That's a lot of stuff. That means get Greek yogurt into your diet. We're going to add to that a tablespoon of our Swerve. You can definitely give it a little mixeroo right here if you would like to, or you can go ahead and add in that tablespoon of lemon juice. This can give us that tang. So again, give it a great little mixture. And again, so many of y'all are going to ask about different vegetables. I love sugar snap peas. I feel like it gives me a crunch. This is something that you could snack on in the car for sure. I do this a lot. I get funny looks. I used to fly a lot. I really don't anymore, thank goodness, because, you know, as I've gotten older, flying's kind of lost its romantic appeal. But I used to bring sugar snap peas on the airplane, and folks would look at me like I was crazy. And I'd go, hey, leave me alone, because I'm a dietitian. And if you're new here, welcome, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Shelly, aka Dietitian Shelly, and I really focus on posting videos about diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, and more. So if you're ready to lower your blood sugars, balance your hormones, lose weight, and really take control of your life without wasting money, time, making sure the food tastes good, and real life tips, I want you to subscribe to this channel, because really that's my goal. It is my passion to help you all out. But back to these vegetables, use what you like and chop it how you like. I'm not a chef, gang. I'm just using a regular old knife and a regular old cutting board, and I'm adding in an apple. Now, before you clutch the pearls, start sweating, panic a little bit. Apple is a high fiber fruit, and we're only adding 1 to this mixture. I need a crunch. I need that, you know, kind of sweet feel in this salad. And we're going to chop this up very thin as well. Now, one of my little tricks, because I was a 4-H'er growing up, is that I like to kind of mix things as I go. So we're going to add the chopped up sugar snap peas and apples to our Greek yogurt dressing and give it a really, really good mix up so that everything gets coated. It's going to be like mouth watering. It's going to be fantastic. And then now we got to add the final ingredients, which is our coleslaw mix. And I do add it a little bit at a time. And then your shredded cabbage. And again, add as much or as little as you please. This is a salad to please you and your family. I really just give you the base of this. As we mix it, you know, I probably should have used a bigger bowl, but that's okay. And I'm a little lazy because I'm not going to get a larger bowl. You are going to Love this. Look at it. It's beautiful. I mean, smelly vision's not there. Crunch vision's not there. This does everything. It's mouth-watering. It's crunchy. You're going to want to make this. Scroll in the description box for the recipe. And again, while you're down there, download that 7-day menu for you to lower your blood sugars and help you lose weight. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Please subscribe to this channel and much love.